Greetings, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day here in 2023. I have a special news report for you here today on Valentine's Day. Of course, today of all days, Valentine's Day, words, things, items do connote certain meanings for us on this day, like roses, little chocolate hearts, metaphors like your love is like a red, red rose, all of those things to do with Valentine's Day. So this report I have saved to comment about today was actually released 2 days ago on the 12th of February, but I thought, oh, it does have one of those words, heart, that is very meaningful for Valentine's Day, so I have saved it for today. Now, I did go along and do a search. Now, I did search to begin with on YouTube, and my search was, now here are the words, News Australia, heart attack, COVID. That was my search. And it did come up with a lot of articles. Now, I'm going to pop it up here in the corner so you can have a look. I will be looking down on my computer just to talk you through it. So here we go. And so let's have a look at this. And so the first one comes up as 3 weeks ago on Sky News. Rise in heart attacks across Australia. Really? Very interesting. And the second one there, new data reveals the impact of COVID pandemic. That is actually the one that I want to show you a bit later, so I won't talk about that one right now. But continuing to scroll down, new data appears to show a link between COVID and heart disease. That was 4 days ago on the Today Show. And then we've got, unfortunately, someone has been refused a heart transplant because she was unbadged. That's not unheard of. Who cares, right? And then we go down, and some people, young people with COVID-19, develop a mysterious illness that can lead to heart attacks. Keep going down. And then from the NBC in the Bay Area, heart attack deaths soar in younger groups since the start of the pandemic. And that was 4 days ago. Isn't that interesting? And so that's where I'll leave that there. And following that, I did go on to do the same search, and I'll remind you what my search was. These were the words I searched. News Australia, heart attack, COVID. And I did search that on our favourite search engine, which is, of course, Google, because they do give you the top results of all the information we need to read, right? And so I did notice through my investigations this afternoon that all of those news items, and of course they are visual because they're on YouTube, were translated to Google as articles that you can read. And I do mean to say that word translated, because I think over the past probably 3 years, there has been a new language that has been developed which we need translating. I think that's called bullshit. So all of those articles have been translated, of course, from visual content, which we can view on YouTube, over to print, where everybody can peruse for themselves. Now, the article I was referring to at the start of, the news report I was referring to at the start of the video that I was saving for today about our hearts, given it is Valentine's Day, was on Channel 7 2 days ago on the 12th of February. I'm going to play that for you now.
We all hate to remember it, the days of COVID, the lockdowns when we lost all sense of routine, and some of us turned to find comfort in lounging around and eating and drinking lots. But now we've got the data that officially proves the pandemic was bad for our hearts. The Victor Chang Cardiac Research Institute have done heart checks for more than 6,000 people since COVID began, checking a number of what they call indicators. They include things like cholesterol, blood sugar and blood pressure. Around half the participants were outside the healthy range. Before COVID, it was less than 1 in 3. In order, the biggest issues were high cholesterol, then high blood pressure, and then blood sugar. In their words, the researchers say this is a massive increase, and that these results prove that COVID has had a much bigger impact on us and our hearts beyond just catching the virus.
Right, so the young lady who presented that report, and I don't care to remember her name, she did allude to the fact that lockdowns, um, we were lounging around, drinking and eating, and now the data proves that COVID has had a much bigger impact than we were ever aware of. And so it's very interesting, and this is my conspiracy allegedly, that Channel 7 has made this report. Well, I don't think they actually cared about Valentine's Day, but I do think they care about the fact that there are so many articles on YouTube and on Google that relate to heart troubles, heart attacks, especially with young people. I mean, how many articles and news items have we seen where very fit people, athletes in the prime of their health and fitness, have just all of a sudden had a heart attack, and all these young teenagers who just die in their sleep. So it's my conspiracy allegedly that Channel 7 has got this news item from the Victor Chang Institute, which says that lockdowns, given that we were eating and drinking like total buffoons, uh, a mob of buffoons, thank you, Ben O'Shea, and they've just slipped that in there so that people think there is a reason to legitimise all of these heart problems because, God forbid, that anybody thinks that anything else is going on. Now, I'm not going to assume anything, and I would really suggest that everybody go and do their own research because that is what people do. That is what cognitive thinkers do. They don't just follow the narrative of, what was it, the bullshit narrative? Sorry. But isn't it interesting that amongst all of these articles of all of these sudden heart problems with our young people, fit and healthy people, teenagers, so on and so forth, that all of a sudden we have proof. The data proves, and that young lady, whose name I don't care to remember, did say verbatim, the data proves that it's lockdowns and the drinking and eating that is resulting in all of these heart problems. So that is that today on Valentine's Day. I do all wish everybody a fantastic day. It is ending here in Australia, beginning in America, but I wish everyone happy Valentine's Day. Say I love you to the people you love because we don't say it enough. And don't believe the bullshit. Until my next video, I'm going to say bye.